Police detonate explosive device planted in Borno metropolis. Couple arrested for allegedly torturing 13-year-old ward in Taraba. Philip Shoibu defects to APC. Another foreign scene, South African police uncover multi-million-dollar meth lab. Arrest 4. Hello and welcome to Trust TV's news update. I am Chiamaka Nwafo. Thanks for joining us. Now the news. Police anti-bomb squad on Friday night deactivated an improvised explosive device planted near a primary healthcare center in the Maiduguri metropolis. The idea was discovered by residents around Malakachala General Hospital at the Federal Low Cost along Baga Road around midnight. According to an eyewitness, the IED did not explode as it was discovered on time. The police anti-bomb squad was alerted and they deactivated the device without any casualty. The source of the bomb has yet to be established. About a week ago, an IED was discovered planted at Zajeri Primary School, also at Baga Road. This has come in a month after multiple explosions killed 36 people in Goza town and a day after the military raised alarm on the increased use of IEDs by Boko Haram terrorists to cause havoc. The Nigerian army has called on Nigerians to support security agencies with relevant intelligence that will enhance its counter-insurgency operations in the northeast. The General Officer commanding 7th Division Operation Hadinkai, Abubakar Haruna, stated this at a one-day counter-improvised explosive device awareness seminar in Maiduguri's Maimalari cantonment. General Haruna said the seminar aims to reawaken the security consciousness of affected communities and address threats posed by IEDs, which remains the primary weapon used by terrorists. He stressed that it will deny the insurgents freedom of action on soft targets. The awareness campaign also aims to enhance the security landscape in the northeast and build trust in communities against the region's adversities.
The counter-improvised explosive device awareness seminar is designed to place significant emphasis on addressing the threat posed by improvised explosive devices, which remain a primary weapon employed by the insurgents. Today's seminar is designed to equip you with the necessary knowledge essential for effective identification of improvised explosive devices, making materials, and the need to confiscate as well as prevent their proliferation to terrorist enclaves.
Now, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tarid Lagbaja, has rewarded 3 soldiers of Operation Hadinkai for their exceptional efforts against insurgents and adversaries at the war front. The Army Chief, while announcing the award at a special dinner, said the Army will continue to focus on restoring peace in the Northeast region for economic activities to resume. Trust TV's Beatrice Kurusi has more.
It is a special dinner to celebrate the successes recorded at the front lines on completion of the dry season operations in enclaves of terrorists and others. The night was also dedicated to fallen heroes with a minute of silence observed in honor of the departed who paid the supreme price. The dinner afforded troops and sideline soldiers to chat and share experiences from the operation. The Chief of Army Staff, represented by the Theatre Commander of Operation Hadinkai, rewarded 3 soldiers with houses for their heroics during the operations. The theater commander of Operation Hatinkai, Major General Waidi Shaibu, appreciated troops for their conduct and professionalism during operations. He added that it will restore peace for socio-economic activities to thrive in the northeast.
It is also said that seeing is believing. You have interacted with your officers, you have interacted with the theater commander, and the messages we have told you, the promises we have made to you, you can see them being fulfilled gradually. Is that not so?
Yes, sir.
So to this end, I want to thank you all for your patience, your commitment to duty, and the professionalism that you have displayed, and encourage you to keep it up. And together we will strive to ensure we achieve our mandate of restoring peace in the northeast sector of operations for socio-economic activities to thrive.
It is expected that the rewards for the outstanding soldiers will boost the morale of others at the battlefront. Bitrus Kuruti, Trust TV News, Maiduguri.
Gunmen on Friday night killed 2 persons and kidnapped 5 travelers along the Ifo or War Expressway in Osa local government area of Ondo State. It was guarded that the kidnappers, numbering about 15 and armed with AK-47 rifles, accosted the Sienna bus conveying the travelers at about 11 p.m. at Omi Alafa village in Ifo, a local government area, and led the victims into the forest. While the driver and the female passenger who sat in the front of the vehicle were shot dead, 2 other passengers were said to have escaped. An eyewitness narrated that the vehicle was coming from Anambra State with passengers heading towards Akure when the bandits struck. It was guarded that the corpses of the deceased had been deposited at the morgue of a hospital in Ifo, the headquarters of the local government. The Ondo State Police Public Relations Officer Fumilayo Odolami confirmed the incident but said the command could not ascertain the exact number of escaped victims. Still staying with security, gunmen suspected to be bandits on Friday night invaded the Mbacha community in Mbacha Council Ward of Katsina-Ala local government area of Benue State and killed 18 people. Sources from the local government said the bandits who defied the curfew imposed by the state government invaded the community at about 11 p.m. on Friday and killed the villagers. Benue State Governor Hyacinth earlier had imposed a curfew from 6 p.m. to 6 a.m. in Sankere Axis following a violent protest that rocked Ukum local government area 2 weeks ago. The Sankere Axis comprises Katsina-Ala, Ukum and Logo, which has remained a flashpoint of criminality in the state. The source further said the bandits assembled the people, pretending to be addressing them before opening fire on some of them. 18 bodies were reportedly recovered on Saturday morning by the military. Confirming the incident, the chairman of Katsina-Ala local government area, Justin Shaku, said the bandits had concluded their operations before the military got to the village. Gunmen suspected to be bandits have ambushed and killed the chief of Chanchanji, Tanimu Kumbia, and his son, Yusuf Tanimu. The incident happened on Friday evening when the traditional ruler and his son were returning from a funeral service in Takum. A press statement issued by the special advisor to the governor on media and digital communication, Emmanuel Bello, said Governor Abu Kefes received with deep sadness the news of the death of the traditional ruler and his son. The governor described as tragic how the late revered monarch was hacked to death. According to the statement, the governor has since ordered the security agents to immediately investigate the circumstances and go after the perpetrators of the heinous crime, insisting everyone involved must be brought to justice as soon as possible. The governor, while suing for harm from Takum residents, said he would leave no stone unturned to fetch out the criminals and bring them to justice in the shortest time possible. Kefes also condoled with the people of Chanchangi and Takum. He stressed the need for all to remain calm and work towards peaceful coexistence. He also said he would continue to work hard with partners to make the state safe for everyone. This is the 3rd time this year that a traditional ruler will be killed by suspected bandits. Still in Taraba State, the police have confirmed the arrest of a woman and her brother for allegedly throwing a 13-year-old girl, Bridget Samuel, into boiling water. Bridget, according to Trust TV's news crew, who visited her at the Federal Medical Center, Jalingo, where she's receiving treatment for burns, reports that she was alleged to have stolen 5,000 naira. Here's the report.
Bridget Samuel, a 13-year-old girl, left her father's house in Malam Lakwari village of Yoro local government to stay with her uncle who had agreed to enroll her in school while she lived with him at a nearby village. 1 month into Bridget's stay, her uncle's wife sent her on an errand to a neighbor who later claimed she stole 5,000 from the neighbor's house. The angry neighbor and her brother, despite Bridget's insistence on being innocent, reportedly grabbed her, tied her hands and put them in boiling water.
One of my uncles picked me from my father's village to his village and promised to enroll me in school. One day, his wife sent me to a neighbor's house, and when I got there, I met a boy lying in front of the house. He told us that there was nobody in the house and we turned back. Later in the evening, the woman came to our house saying that I stole her money. I told her I did not, but she insisted I did. So she grabbed me, tied my 2 hands and put them into boiling water that she mixed with sand and pepper.
Bridget's father later reported the case to the police after his brother, who took Bridget in, failed to show up to explain what transpired.
One of my wife's brother came to my house 1 month ago when I was not around and asked my wife to release our daughter to go live with him. I refused from the beginning, but my wife insisted, so I agreed on the ground that she was going to enroll in school. Since she was taken, I did not hear anything until one of my brothers met her on her way to our village and took her to Fufule area of Yoro, where he took her to some of our relatives there.
The Taraba State Police Commissioner David Iloyalomun confirmed the incident, adding that the accused are in custody.
Domestic violence is a crime, and we should not continue to use our strength and subjugate and subdue others and terrorize others, particularly those who look up to us and depend on us for survival. A 13-year-old girl under the custody of the guardian is being treated this way. I'll urge you to go to the hospital because she is still undergoing treatment, to go and interview her in the hospital, because we are not sure whether those hands will still be useful for her in her lifetime any longer. But the doctors are actually working around the clock to see that she is restored to normalcy.
When Trust TV visited the hospital, Bridget was seen to be recovering from her burns.
Such a sad one there. Hopefully Bridget Samuel gets justice. And now WhatsApp says its parent body, Meta, will be appealing the $220 million fine imposed by the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission, FCCPC, regarding its violation of Nigeria's data privacy laws. WhatsApp said this in a statement made available to newsmen on Saturday in Lagos. The reaction follows a statement released by the FCCPC and signed by its acting executive chairman, Adamu Abdullahi, saying that Meta had denied Nigerian users control over their data. The FCCPC said Meta had also shared the users' data without consent and abused its market dominance. According to the statement released to the media, the FCCP's final order imposed the monetary penalty of $220 million only on Meta. The penalty is in accordance with the FCCPA 2018 and the Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Administrative Penalties Regulations 2020. The FCCPC noted that this investigation uncovered evidence of Meta engaging in practices that were abusive and invasive towards data consumers in Nigeria. To political matters, reinstated Deputy Governor of Edo State, Philip Shoibu, alongside the People's Democratic Party (PDP) Legacy Coalition members in his company, have defected to the All Progressives Congress APC. He defected during the inauguration of the National Working Committee of the Edo APC governorship election meeting held on Saturday. The meeting had in attendance the former governor of Kano State and national chairman of the APC, Abdullahi Ganduje, including the governors of Ondo State, Lucky Aiyedatiwa, and Cross Rivers, Basi Otu. The Edo State APC chairman, Jared Tenebe, and the governorship candidate, Senator Monday Okpebolo and Adams Oshomole, were also at the meeting. Shoaibu, who had during the meeting declared his intention to defect to APC, was later received into the party by the National Organizing Secretary. The development follows allegations by Shoaibu on Friday that his principal, Godwin Obasaki, denied him entry into the state. Two more stories. The national president of the Association of Local Governments of Nigeria, Algon Aminu Meifata, has assured Nigerians that local government administrators will prioritize primary health care and basic education. He made this promise at the opening of the 48th National Executive Council NEC meeting of Algon in Lafia, Nasarawa State. This meeting marks the first gathering of the association since the Supreme Court affirmed the autonomy of local government councils in the country. Meifata emphasized that local government administrators are committed to delivering on the statutory responsibilities, particularly in primary health care and basic education. He acknowledged that the task won't be easy, but expressed confidence in the abilities of grassroots leaders to provide democratic dividends to local communities. The Algon National President expressed his gratitude for the confidence reposed in local government councils by the presidency, state governors, and the Supreme Court. Reactions have continued to trail the recent verdict of the Supreme Court granting financial autonomy to local governments in Nigeria. According to some residents of Bauchi State, the local government is the only hope for the common man in terms of growth and development, hence the need for autonomy that guarantees sustainable growth at the rural level. Trust TV's Adamu Imam reports.
The landmark judgment has continued to generate reactions across the length and breadth of Nigeria following its implication on political landscape.
Local government being the most closest to the common man, we look forward to having better services, better health services, better security network, and development project that we can collect the immediate need of the people at the cost. So it's a step in the right direction. We look forward to having better representation, better services, and better security at the council.
State electoral commissions are on board. This issue of financial autonomy is just it will just be in the book. It will not hold any water. But when federal government hear the people's agitation to give the National Independent Electoral Commission the mandate to be conducting local government elections, that is where the local government will be autonomous.
We must look the other way. That is administrative autonomy of the local governments. When you granted financial autonomy to local government and they don't have administrative autonomy, there is an issue there.
Abdulmumin Chiroma is a Bauchi-based legal practitioner. He says what is left for the state governors to accept the verdict and allow local governments to function optimally.
Demand that the government should look forward on the issue of disbursement and the total control of the money given to the local authorities. But as far as legal is concerned, the judgment of the Supreme Court is absolute. Nigeria being a rule of law country, in any state where rule of law is in existence, you cannot take these three principles: fundamental human rights, separation of power, and the legislature. So this issue of separation of power was recognized in our constitution, and Nigeria is a country that observes rule of law. So the governors cannot do any other thing rather than to accept fate and allow the judgment of the court.
Meanwhile, as a follow-up to the verdict, a senator from Niger State, Sani Musa, has presented a bill that will allow local government elections to be conducted by an independent body and not the state governments, as it is currently done. Adam Imam, Trust TV News, Bauchi.
From Bauchi, we go to Kaduna State, where commercial drivers say the federal government's efforts to convert vehicles into compressed natural gas use will improve the transport system in the country and make fares more affordable for citizens. The leaders of the drivers during a rally in Kaduna say making the conversion kits available and affordable to commercial drivers will encourage them to convert their vehicles within a short time. Bella Musa completes the report.
The removal of subsidy by the present government on fuel led to a surge in the price of petroleum motor spirit in the country. This made the price of other goods and services to surge. The transport sector was not exempted, as fares also increased due to the adjustment in the pump price. The introduction of the compressed natural gas by the government was aimed at alleviating the sufferings of Nigerians caused by the removal of subsidy. However, commercial drivers in Kaduna say the conversion will ease their operation.
Because the initiative is to make sure that the cost of commercial vehicles come down to the barest minimum. And if the conversions works well, automatically the price of vehicle will come down. Because from here to Abuja, you can buy a fuel worth 40,000. 45,000, depends on how the vehicle is.
The surge in the transport fare has created a ripple effect on Nigerians, with citizens finding it difficult to make ends meet. According to the federal government, the aim of the CNG is to make transport fare affordable for all.
The idea is to drive down the cost of commercial transportation. How do you do that? The way we're picking now is by converting the vehicles of the road transport unions. If we make their running costs cheaper, the idea is for them to translate these savings onto the end user by making the transportation costs cheaper.
Although the federal government has commenced moves to make the conversion kits available for commercial motorists, the question many are asking is whether the conversion kits will be affordable for other Nigerians. Bella Musa, Trust TV News, Kaduna.
Away from Nigeria, we go to South Africa, where the police have uncovered one of the country's largest methamphetamine manufacturing operations, leading to the arrest of 4 suspects, including 2 Mexicans. The discovery was made on a farm in Groblersdal, a small town in Limpopo province. According to a police statement issued on Saturday, the lab was found to contain significant quantities of chemicals used in illicit drug production, such as acetone and crystal meth, with an estimated street value of 2 billion rand, an equivalent of $109.5 million. Katlego Mogali, national spokesperson for the Hawks, an elite police unit involved in the raid, noted that the presence of Mexican nationals made the case particularly complex. As the investigation continues, the arrested suspects are scheduled to appear in court on Monday, facing charges of manufacturing, dealing, and possessing illicit drugs. And finally, in sports, Secretary General of the Nigerian Olympics Committee, Nok Tunji Popola, has predicted a podium finish for the Super Falcons at the 2024 Olympic Games. The Super Falcons are making a return to the Olympics since the 2008 edition in Beijing. Randy Waldrum's side has drawn a tough group with Spain, Japan, and Brazil. Notwithstanding, Popola is rooting for the 9-time African champions to win a medal in Paris. That will come to the end of news updates at this time. For more of our news programs and documentaries, please follow us on all our social media platforms and our YouTube live stream. I am Chiamaka Mwafo. Thank you for joining us.